So pressure will rise. So P4 and T4. And after combustion chamber, pressure will remaining same. So P5 and P4 will remain same, but temperature will again increase T5, and then again it will become P1 atmosphere and temperature T6. So now don't get confused with all this P1, P2, all these things. Now let us see, it will be clear now. So let us start it from here. Because now we have taken ambient air, which is at atmospheric air conditions, atmospheric pressure and temperature. So this is the conditions. So here we are starting with 1. Suppose here we are starting with 1. So important to say, earlier cycle, how many pressure lines was there? Two pressure lines. 2 pressure lines. So this is the P1 and this is the P2. One is because why? Because there is one compressor. So compressor inlet pressure is P1 and compressor outlet pressure is P2. But here, how many compressors are there? There are 2 compressors. That's why there will be 3 pressure now. So this compressor inlet, this compressor outlet, this compressor inlet, this compressor outlet. But this compressor inlet and outlet both will be same. So that means this is the P1, P2 and P3. So there will be 3 pressure lines. So here 3 pressure lines will be there. So one is this pressure lines, one is this pressure lines, and three pressure lines. This is the first compressor. First compressor 1 inlet pressure. This is the compressor number. This is compressor 1 outlet pressure, or C2 compressor 2 inlet pressure. Both are same. Because compressor 1 is outlet and inlet is going. So compressor 1 outlet and compressor 2 inlet, and this is the third C2. This is the compressor 2 outlet pressure. That means if there is a one compressor, how many pressure? 2. 1 inlet and outlet. If there are 2 compressors, how many pressures? 3. If there is a 3 compressors, how many pressure line? 4, because 1 will increase. So that's why we are using 2 compressors. How many pressure line will be there? 3 pressure lines. So first was here P1. So 1 to 2 isentropic. It increases 1 to 2. So this is the 2 point, and this is the point number 1. So point 1 to 2 in the first compressor, where it is happening? Compressor 1. So 1 to 2 is the isentropic compression is happening in first compressor. After that it is going to the intercooler. And intercooler, what is happening? This cooling. Pressure remaining same. So what will happen? It will pressure remaining same, temperature will go down. So this is the point number 3. So 1 to 2, so this is the intercooler. 2 to 3 is the intercooler. 1 to 2 is the first compressor, pressure rising. Then 2 to 3 is the intercooler, that means temperature is going down. After where it is going? Compressor 2. Again there is a pressure rise, isentropic. So this is the point number 4. This is the point number 4. Then point to combustion chamber. In combustion chamber, what will happen? Pressure will remain same, but temperature will increase. So it will go like that. So this is the point number 5. Now after that, it is going to the gas turbine. So it is expansion to the atmospheric pressure. So it will go down. So this is the point number 6. So our curve is like that. So we are starting from here. We are starting from this point number 1. And we are going 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, and 4 to 5, and 5 to 6. And 6 to obviously 1. It is a closed cycle. Now suppose I use 1 compressors. Now instead of 2 compressors, if I use 1 compressors, but my minimum pressure and maximum pressure will remain same. Suppose this is the 1 bar and this is the 16 bar. So suppose and this, suppose this the intermediate pressure is 4 bar. Then how I have come? In the first compressor I have raised from 1 bar to 4 bar, and in the second compressor 4 bar to 16 bar. So that means pressure rise I have done in two ways. First, in first compressor I have raised the pressure from 1 bar to 4 bar, and in the second compressor I have raised from 4 bar to 16 bar. I told no, two compressor is not required. You raise the pressure from 1 bar to 16 bar with one compressor. Then what I have to do? I have to do from one compressor I have done in that case what I have to do? Then from here I have to go like that. I have to go like that. Straight, because I have to, this is my inlet condition. From here I have to go 16 bar. So I will reach there. From here to here is directly goes there, because I have to raise with one compressor, but I have to go the 16 bar. Then I have to increase this way. It's okay. But now if I use the two compressors, then I am going this way, this way, this way. Now, you know, if I say in the TS diagram, just for your recapitulation I am telling you, in the TS diagram or PV diagram, area enclosed, area represents the W net. You understand? Area represents the W net. What is the area? Total closed area is defining the net area. So, if we see the two curve, and by seeing these two cycle, I will say his area is more and his area is less. So obviously this W net is more. Okay, W net is more. So here, so by using this concept, if I use the two compressors, then what is the work done? So this area plus this area. If I use the one compressor, what is the area? This area. And which cases the area is more? If I use the two compressors, then area is more. By how much area is more? By this. So by this is the area. So this portions, this is the portions, the area has increased. You understand? যদি একটা compressor use করতাম তাহলে আমি work done কত পেতাম এইটুকু. This is the idea. If I use the one work done, so how much work done I will get? This. This is the work area. This much of work done I will get. This is the area. 1, 2, 4 dash 5. This area. But what I am getting now? This. So this area I have increased. So by using two compressors and intercooling, then what benefit I have got? Benefit I have got that our W net has increased. How much? This is the area, showing that area. So if I use the intercooler, so what is our conclusion? If I use the intercooling, then our W net will increase. Now, there is a condition that this is called perfect intercooling. Perfect intercooling. This is called perfect intercooling. This is called this is the perfect intercooling. What is the perfect intercooling? If the T1 is equal to T3. If this condition happens, then if this condition happens, that means this is the T1 is what? The ambient temperature. What is the T3? T3 is the cooling in the after cooling temperature. If T3 and T1 is same, that means if I cool in the intercooling, if I can cool up to the atmospheric temperature, then this condition is called perfect intercooling. That means I have cooled the air up to this ambient temperature point. So this condition is called perfect intercooling point. So perfect intercooling. Now in this condition, then I am interested to find out Then what is the W net? What is the W net? Because I have told if I use the two compressor, W net will increase by this shaded area. Then I am interested to find out then what is the maximum one. I have also learned that this is called if T1 and T3 both are same, that is called perfect interpolling, and if it is T1 and T3 not same, that is called imperfect interpolling. So if it is a T1 and T3 both are same, that is called perfect interpolling. Okay. Now I am interested to find out what is the W net. Then W net is equal to what will be the W net? Compressor, two compressors and one gas turbine. So this will become Cp T5 minus T6, and there are two compressors minus Cp T2 minus T1 minus Cp T4 minus T3. So there is a one gas turbine and two compressors. I have minus it. So here I know that T1 and T3 both are same. Okay, this pressure, suppose the bottom pressure is called P1 and higher pressure is called P2 and this is called intermediate pressure Pi. The middle one is called intermediate pressure.